Jesus. It sits so deep, right, that I catch my fingers. Appendix carry straight up and down. Half of my, or part of my grip is in my pants because it doesn't have any up and down adjustment. Hello everybody, so this is the Vedder light tuck, light bearing inside the waistband holster. Let's check it out. So Vedder's been around for quite a while. Years ago, I actually reviewed a regular light tuck holster for them. I don't know whatever happened to that review. It may or may not still be on the channel. But Vedder's known to be a pretty popular holster. And the quality of this holster, as far as like the fit and finish and all that, seems to be on par with their popularity. It definitely, it's a nice holster. However, I have a number of complaints about this holster, but before we get into those, let's look at the qualities of the holster. The qualities of the holster is that it is formed well enough that it doesn't seem to bend in very much. This sort of a holster, as I showed you with the Bravo DOS, this sort of a holster tends to be sort of just a big cavern here, and when you put it in your waistband, it tends to collapse. They've done something different than Bravo did, where it is not as hard to reholster on a tight belt, which is nice. Has a claw, has a steel, very low profile belt clip on it. It's a fold over design with the retention here. Everything seems to fit well as far as the gun in the holster. It does not have really a click, it's more of a friction fit. The optic cutout is deep enough for just about any optic you use, and the finish of the holster, the edges are very nicely done and polished and sanded. So it has everything a quality Kydex holster should be. But I'm going to do my honest best to not make my low opinion of Vedder's customer service affect this review, although that is part of the holster buying process, and I am not impressed in the least bit with Vedder's customer service. But that should not change my review of the holster itself. So again, it has a nice low profile clip, has a good claw. My problem is the clip does not have a north and south adjustment. It has plenty of side to side adjustment for your cant, but if I put this straight up and down for an appendix holster, it buries the gun in my pants. So if I rotate this up, my belt actually goes across here and doesn't even allow me to get my finger into this area. That's a problem. That's an issue. It doesn't allow me to get my index finger in here. Now granted, I have big hands, but a little bit of forethought into having an up and down adjustment here would have solved that. Now secondly, you see how I don't know if this is laziness or if it's something that they just overlooked, but the Kydex running into where the webbing of your hand would be tells me they had no intention on you getting a full purchase on this gun when they built the holster. I may be wrong. This may just be something that got overlooked in QC for this particular holster, but there's no reason for there to be Kydex sticking into the area that the palm or that the webbing of your hand is supposed to purchase deep inside of. So that's a problem. The other problem is that this Kydex needs to be cut back a little bit, because I want to show you something here. If I am able to get a full grip, which as you can see here, if you follow this belt line, I'm already dragging my knuckles on my pants and belt line. Again, a little bit of up and down adjustment, a little forethought there would have been great. But to get deep into the gun where I should be, I am dragging my knuckle. That's painful over a period of a day. So there are three fairly substantial things that I think Vedder really dropped the ball on this holster. Again, I think the gun fits the holster well. The holster is made well. It's good Kydex, it's good forming. It the optic cut is exactly what it should be, and so on and so on. And once I cant this enough in my pants, right, to almost an extreme, I'm able to draw from it very, very easily. But maybe not everybody likes to have their gun canted that much. So that's an issue. So overall, as big of a company as Vedder has become, I really expected a little bit more quality control out of them, a little bit more forethought out of them. But people tend to really like these holsters. So I'm going to say that if you pick up a Vedder, there's probably a decent chance that you're going to like the holster. This issue that I have here is specific to light bearing. I did not have that issue with the plain holster that I got from them years ago. So that is strictly for that issue is strictly the light bearing issue. But I am a little let down by this. It's not a bad holster, but I think it has a long way to go before I consider it to be in league with the popularity that it has, if you follow me there. So there you go. That is the Vedder light tuck, light bearing inside the waistband holster.